Yeah, boy.
What's going on, guys? Today we're going to take a look at which classes in Wo Long you should be upgrading. While the different classes do have distinct differences, you could go into any of them and still be fine, as long as you use a weapon that scales into that element. These just allow you to use certain spells and create a bit more build variety. There are 5 total different classes that are called virtues or elements. These different elements are wood, fire, earth, metal, and water. If you enter a battle flag, you have the option to select level up. Pressing up on the D-pad for controller will increase your level if you have enough ki to do so. You're able to do this with any of the 5 elements, and each provides different stats. All of them increase your health and provide some defense to a specific element. However, there are some pretty major differences in what they upgrade. Wood is the first element you will see, and it gives you access to lightning and plant-based spells. You'll get the most health upgrades from this class, as well as gaining spirit defense and additional spell duration. Spirit defense is what allows you to take less damage from spirit attacks, which I believe are the red attacks enemies do. Spell duration increases the duration of positive effects you can give yourself and allies, such as extra damage or increased armor. This is the safest class to upgrade, as it offers 3 major class upgrades, while the others only offer 2. Plus, the difference in health increase is significant enough to make a difference. Fire is the next element, and it will give you access to fire and damage buff spells. You'll get the most damage increase from this class, as well as less consumption of your martial arts. This means you'll be able to use your weapon abilities more often before needing to wait on your red bar to cool down. Fire seems pretty awesome, as you not only get the most damage, but the spells are pretty cool. Launching fireballs, shooting streams of fire from your hands, and activating what's called a Scorch Comet. This class feels very similar to your typical firebender, although it feels like fire will be your go-to if you want to focus on melee and martial arts, since you don't get any major upgrades to spell duration or spell consumption. Next up, we have Earth. The most noticeable difference in this class is that it upgrades your max weight, allowing you to wear heavier armor and take advantage of the stats those offer. You also gain a bit more deflect chance, and it will probably be a bit easier to deflect attacks, and you can deflect more often, as it won't consume as much as your spirit bar to do so. So basically your typical tank class. Upgrade this one if you know you're going to be getting hit and want to wear heavier armor without losing your mobility. Some of the spells from this class also increase armor or decrease damage taken, making it the best for damage absorption. And if you want to earthbend, clearly this is the best option for you. Imposing Slab generates rock pillars in front of you that linger and explode when enemies touch them. Sounds pretty fun to me. Now we move on to Metal. This element is a bit confusing in concept, as it's your poison class. All of the spells are based on venom, corrosion, or thorns. You'll also gain spirit stability with this class, affecting the duration that a high level of spirit can be maintained for. The best part, however, is the decrease in wizard spell consumption. This class allows you to use your spells more often and consume much less spirit while doing so. Considering you could poison your opponents with metal spells, this is highly beneficial. If you're looking to be more passive and take enemies down over time, this is the class for you. It could highly benefit you if you're fully aware that you might struggle in combat. The bosses can be quite aggressive, and dealing damage while trying to focus more on blocking and deflecting would be a pretty good strategy. Lastly, we have the Water element, and this is easily the stealth class. For reference, bows seem to only scale in water, or at least the ones I found. So it's safe to say you'll be doing a lot of stealth. Spells such as turning invisible, teleporting, obscuring your view, and trapping enemies. Not to say you have to go stealth though, as this class offers some awesome ice spells as well. Frozen Arrow, Frost Lance, and Ominous Chill. I think you could definitely move into water even if you don't care for stealth, although you may want to go into it as a support. Throwing points into another class more often as to stay balanced. Water is also the only class to decrease your deflect consumption, allowing you to deflect more and more frequently. One feature that's really nice with these classes is you aren't necessarily locked out of all of them if you don't upgrade them. When you level up, you'll occasionally get a wizard point. Select wizard points at the flag, and you can buy different spells in each element. At the very top, every element will have a point if you're able to buy a spell with it. So when you upgrade, you can buy skills from multiple paths for later on. You won't be able to use the more advanced spells from each class unless you're leveled in that element, but you can use the tier 1s. And the game warns you about this before you buy them. Leveling different classes will affect which weapon types you use. Certain ones scale better for different elements, so maybe take that into consideration as well. The main distinction between them is that you get a variety of different spells with each. Wood seems really good as more health is nice. However, I found the spells of other elements such as metal and fire to be way better. Obviously, a big part of build crafting is going to be which elements you choose to upgrade together. For example, metal decreases how much spirit you consume when using spells. Wood, however, increases the duration of those spells. Use wood with fire to keep a weapon buff active longer. Use metal with fire to activate that weapon buff more often. So feel free to get creative. Spending points here and there is never a complete waste, as each helps you in different ways. And that's about it, guys. Just a quick little guide on what the elements do for you and which you should be scaling into. Remember that you will need to read each of the skills to see which ones you like the most. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.